Well, I thought that battle brewing over the COVID mandates, well, as Charles said, it could finally end up being decided in court. The administration says max vaccinations will help finally get COVID under control. Here's the Surgeon General.
The data tells us that these requirements work to increase vaccinations. Number two, a lot of businesses are actually relieved that these are going into place. This is what we've got to do to get to the next phase of this pandemic response so that we can get through this and get back to normal once and for all.
Former director of the Centers for Disease Control, Dr. Tom Frieden, joins us now. He's president and CEO of Resolve to Save Lives. Dr. Frieden, always good to see you.
Nice to speak with you.
Of course. Do you think these mandates are necessary?
Well, bottom line here, Delta is deadly. Vaccines are remarkably effective, and mandates work. Look, nobody likes being told what to do, but the fact is, whether or not you get vaccinated doesn't just affect you. It also affects people you might spread COVID to, whether that's the checkout person at the supermarket, or your kids or teachers or a grandparent, and it also affects people who might not be able to use healthcare services because there are so many people in with COVID. So yes, mask mandates work. Vaccination is our most important way to get past this pandemic, to get back to where we need to be. And fundamentally, we want our kids to be in school learning safely. We want to be back at work, getting our jobs back, and we need to save lives.
What would you say to someone watching right now, perhaps, who's been reluctant, either fearful or on another belief has been resistant to getting a vaccination?
There are a lot of people who have questions. How serious is COVID? How safe is the vaccine? And I think at this point, the data is extremely clear. COVID remains deadly. In fact, if you live in Florida or Mississippi today, you are 10 times more likely to be killed by COVID in the coming week as if you lived in a state that has sensible policies to protect people. 10 times more likely to die. The COVID vaccination, it's not something that came on overnight. This is 10, 20 years of research that went into a really super technology. It's very effective. I've gotten one. Everyone in my family has gotten fully vaccinated. And I really encourage people to get vaccinated, not just to protect yourself, but also people around you, our economy, our kids' ability to learn, jobs. This is a great discovery. No corners were cut. We've had hundreds of millions of people vaccinated, and serious side effects are extraordinarily rare. There is no evidence of any long-term negative consequences. But I understand that people have concerns, they have questions, they're tired of COVID. And yes, many people who get COVID aren't seriously ill, but far too many have died.
In fact, a new CDC study says you have an 11 times more chance of being hospitalized if you are not vaccinated by COVID and more likely to die from not having the vaccination. And you mentioned Florida, for example. Why is the risk of death and of getting COVID in Florida, as you just mentioned, why is it so high?
As great as vaccines are and as effective as the COVID vaccination is, it's not something that can be done all on its own. First off, we need a much higher proportion of people vaccinated. Second, Delta is so infectious that in some settings we need multiple layers of protection. That means masking up indoors, increasing ventilation, testing, providing services to people who have COVID and to their contacts so that chains of transmission can stop. The virus hasn't stopped killing people, even though we've gotten tired of hearing about it, because 18 months, it's time we feel to go out and ignore it. But if we ignore it, it will come back to bite us.
And you mentioned Delta being deadly. What are your concerns about the new variant that is apparently in every state, or almost every state, the Mu, spelled M-U variant? What is that? How bad is it? And are we protected against that with the vaccines that we have?
Well, one thing at a time.
Okay.
Delta is still the dominant variant, and it's so infectious that it's difficult for other variants to take over from it. Second, our vaccines work against the variants out there. They may work a little less well, but they still work extraordinarily well. But the big concern is that if we continue to allow this virus to spread around the U.S. and around the world without being controlled, there is a high likelihood that a future variant would be even more deadly or dangerous than Delta. That's why it's so important that we increase vaccination, that we have a multi-layer way of protecting so we tamp down spread, and that we track the virus and stay one step ahead of it.
Get the shot, wear your mask if you want to save your life, says Dr. Tom Frieden. Dr. Frieden, always good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Of course.